Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to today's episode of the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth videos on your Green Bay Packers. We have new episodes dropping every day, Monday through Friday, so hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And don't forget to check out our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles about your Packers. Today, we've got to talk about Packers kicker Lucas Havrisik, who went from practice squad extra to franchise record breaker in such a short time. Less than a month ago, the University of Arizona alum was contemplating getting his certification to become a substitute teacher, and now he holds the Green Bay Packers franchise record for the longest field goal in team history. He's really given the team a boost since Brandon McManus went down with a quad injury. And now the team may have something to think about, both short term and long term, when it comes to their kicking position. It's been an incredible journey for Lucas Havrisik, going from perennial practice squad player to franchise record breaker. And it hasn't been an easy road. Havrisik was not drafted in 2022 after he finished his college career, and he's bounced around the NFL to training camps and practice squads. In 2022, he was initially on the Browns practice squad and the Colts practice squad. In 2023, he ended up signing with the Rams to their active roster, was their kicker for 9 games, including one game against the Packers, where he actually kicked a field goal at Lambeau Field. But for the season, 15 of 20 field goals, 19 of 22 extra points. He did have the game-winning kick against Seattle in Week 11 of that year. In the Packers game in Week 9, he only made 1 of 2 field goals, but that was all the points the Rams got. The Packers won that game 20-3. The Rams released him at the end of the season, and then in 2024, he was back with Cleveland in training camp. They released him, went over to the Bills practice squad for 2 weeks, and then signed this spring with the Arlington Renegades of the UFL. But when McManus went down with a quad injury before Week 6, the Packers signed Havrisik, and he kicked against the Bengals, made both field goals and all 3 extra points as the Packers won 27-18. And that included a clutch kick late in the game that made it a 2-score game and clinched the win for Green Bay. But it was last week against the Arizona Cardinals that Havrisik set a new franchise record, a 61-yard field goal on the final play of the first half. That was really important. It gave the Packers some momentum, made it a 1-score game as both teams headed into the locker room. Havrisik said, "I ain't going to lie, it was so fast. Everything happened so fast. Kickoff, 1 play, field goal. I saw we had 7 seconds and a timeout, so I got a kick in on the net, and I was like, we got to be ready just in case. Thankfully, we got an opportunity. It was a good job by the offense, and it was kind of a blur, to be honest. It was really cool to have an opportunity in that stadium, of course, because he played his college football in Arizona. The adrenaline was so up, and I was just trying to calm myself. I hit it. It felt good, but you really don't know until it's headed a little further than 10, 15 yards. It was a straight, pure ball, and everybody did a really good job." Jordan Love chimed in. That was a big-time field goal right there at the end of the half, and those 3 points came back to be so beneficial in this game. Those are the points that you never know when they're going to come back at the end of the game, and I think that was a huge way to end the half. The Packers end up winning the game 27-23, and keep in mind, if you didn't have that 61-yard field goal, a field goal would have won the game for Arizona at the end of the game, and they were in field goal range, so it really turned out to be instrumental. Now, the old Packers record was held by who else? All-time franchise leading scorer Mason Crosby, and he sent a video message on Instagram to Havrisik. He said, "Congratulations, awesome 61-yarder down in Arizona. Records are made to be broken. I'm proud of you, bud. You helped the Packers team get a win yesterday, but I have a ball now that has no meaning because I don't have that record anymore. Congrats. Just help me figure out what I'm going to do with that ball now. Appreciate it. And of course, Crosby saying that in a joking, tongue-in-cheek kind of manner. But looking ahead, we don't know when Brandon McManus will be ready to return. But one thing is for certain, the Packers don't feel the need to rush him back, knowing now that they're in good hands with Havrisik. And Matt LaFleur admitted this week in a press conference that he was unsure what would happen to Havrisik once McManus comes back. If the Packers put him on their practice squad, he'd have to pass through waivers, and he would most likely be claimed. And even if he's not, any player on any team's practice squad will be eligible to be claimed at any time. So LaFleur said that's a hell of a question. He's answered every challenge that's been put in front of him. We don't win that game without his ability to go out there and make all his tries, his attempts. A 61-yarder, I didn't envision that going into the game, but he's done a hell of a job. So the Packers have some options. They could try to keep 2 kickers on the roster once McManus returns. They could place McManus on IR with the quad injury, which means he'd have to miss 4 games, and stick with Havrisik in the meantime. Or they could trade one of the 2 kickers, Havrisik being the more likely candidate to be moved. Rest assured, this is a good problem to have. And one thing that Havrisik has proven is that he will get another opportunity to kick in the NFL, whether it's in Green Bay or somewhere else. And now he also has a place in the Packers record book. So congratulations to Lucas Havrisik, a great Cinderella story, now kicking for the Green Bay Packers. Check out our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles on the Packers. Here on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss one of our episodes. I'm Gil Martin. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe, everybody. And of course, go Pack Go.